Just to catch up on where I am with my Hatcher outreach and find out everybody else and move on from there. And I don't have any distractions.
Will you pass it?
I'll take it. I'll take
give
it.
to Tam.
Okay, I won't. Tam?
Hey, so just to also give some updates on Hatch Outreach and find out where everyone else is, how we're doing with projects, just hear what's going on, and I'll pass to Griff.
My intentions, I kind of went wild with the Hatcher post, and I feel like it's just needs a round of editing. So I hope to find someone with a detailed mindset to read it over and make sure it's good, and add Tam's diagram to it, and then publish it. First on the forum, and then on the on a blog eventually. So, and also to discuss, I think I want to catch up on Mount Manu and Tamra's work if they've had a chance to sync on the infographic, because I'm just so excited about the infographic, and of course all the other good Hatcher syncs that we usually do. As far as distractions, yeah, probably when I'm bored, I'll probably be hacking on some ZenHub board stuff for the Hatch configuration dashboard. I will pass it to Mount Manu.
Hey guys, distraction. I have 4 really good tacos coming my way, so I'm gonna get over that. Intentions. See what the concerns are, or how to move forward with the infographic, and if people have been using the list of token engineers and token engineering related projects to do outreach. If not, is it because it needs more, or I mean, that's just some context. That is task number 497 on GitHub, and it's something that I worked on. It's an ongoing thing, which is why it hasn't been closed. I'm just curious if people have been using it, just so that I know what priority to give it in terms of keeping it updated daily.
And who you pass it on?
I'm passing it to you, Edu.
Thank you. Enjoy your tacos, by the way. My intention for this call is to, I think this will be a working session more than the other ones. And my intention is to get some work done. And my distraction is that I am a little bit hyperactive because I came biking really fast. So I'm like, so that's it. I will pass it on to Juanca.
Thanks, Edu. My intention is to sync with the Hatcher Outreach Working Group, and I don't have any distractions. I will pass to Tam. Has you gone? Have you gone? Okay. Meta Verde, have you gone?
I have not gone. My intention is to get more clarity on the proposal process, and my distraction is that I'm hungry and I just got back from a trip and I don't have handy food.
And Septimus, you are the last one.
Thank you, Edu. My intention for the call is to sing and hope I can bring some value on the working session. So I want to contribute in the Hatches Outreach. It's the last working group. I'm lucky to give some good contributions. And no distractions. Pass it back to you, Edu.
Nice. So we can start this small session with basically understanding how we are on Hatch Outreach, outreaching out people. Jake, how are you on that? Who has you have you had answer from people? Have you done any onboarding? Are you there, Jake? If not, I will pass it on to Tam.
Hey, yeah. So a few things. Yeah, there was some interesting calls this week. Barnaby with Ethereum Foundation, and then somebody who was recommended, who's the thesis advisor for Umberto, as a postdoc researcher in governance, and Jonathan Garbler from CAD-CAD-EDU, just like, yeah, I know, like 10 minutes ago. So we have some soft commitments from all of them. It was really, really neat. And Benjamin Schultz, but Benjamin Schultz was quiet most of the time. And I think probably working on something else while we were doing the session.
Was there any good feedback from Jonathan? He's a really critical piece.
Yeah, there was some really good feedback actually. He's a very fast human. So we, condensed it into just the key elements. And he wanted to know a little bit about the legal implications and to sort of, go through scenarios. So what the factors were for the bonding curve. And then and then he suggested, we did the trusted seed. Jeff and I did it together, the trusted seed and then the TEC. And he suggested that at the end, it's sort of, we also walk people through the actually applying on the DApp itself. Just sort of like, if that was the goal, to have people actually subscribe for membership right away, activate their trusted seed membership right away. Yeah, it was, it was probably about 15 minutes of the trusted seed and then 15 minutes of the TEC is how that one banged out.
Nice. Have you made or done any update to the deck?
Yeah, just that one infographic. I mean, I'm always updating this deck, actually. Every time there's something that I think it can be better, I jump in and update it. But it's that, like, I'll be honest with you, for this meeting with Jonathan, like, that infographic saved my life. Like, I would not have been able to do it without it, actually, because we just jumped right to that and started talking. A lot of the people that we're reaching out to now are just don't have an hour, they have 15 minutes. So you have to, condense a lot of this material into something that is super visual and easy to see.
Yay! I feel heard after you saying that. I will suggest to split the infographic in two. So the first part because it's some things are unreadable because of the size, at least on my screen. So I will suggest to maybe split it in two, and then we can make it a little bit zoom in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, there's some updates to it. Jeff gave me a lot of feedback last night, so we made a different version of it, actually, or I made a different version of it. But really, I think I'm happy. Eduardo and I have a call at 9 a.m. on Friday. I'm happy to pass it over to his team to see if they can make this into something really amazing.
Eduardo, can you be? I can't hear Tamara. Sorry, you have to be judicious with that.
I was just saying, Jeff gave me some feedback around ways to make it better too. So it's a new version from what we saw yesterday, as of like last night. But so it's a much better version than before. But really, I'm happy to have Manu. If you have some people who you think can take this and turn it around quickly and make it really amazing, that would be fantastic. So I look forward to the meeting with you and them on Friday.
Great. What about you, Griff?
Oh, I just want to say one other thing. So we're at 325K in soft commitments. That's where we stand today.
I think the other big goal is, sorry?
To be clear, we're talking about the Hatch Outreach deck? Is that what we're talking about? The one that's in the Hatcher Outreach channel? Excellent, thank you.
Yep, and this picture, which is in a Miro board. I don't know if it's in the actual deck yet.
It's in the deck.
Of course it is. Okay. The other big goal, besides almost being at $750,000 of soft commits, is 70 people. I don't know if you guys remember this. Back in the day, we had like a dream. Can we get 70 plus soft commits? And we did it. So that's a huge milestone. I guess we haven't gotten 70 plus, but I think I bet, it's close enough. I count it as a win. But so that's super cool. That's amazing. As far as like people I onboarded, I talked to Adria today, although I didn't onboard him officially. And he was saying, well, if you guys are going to force me to collect money for reviewing the code, then I'll just put it all into the TC. So I think that's a soft commit. I don't know. I don't know how to feel. I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah, go ahead, Eduardo.
I prepped him for you yesterday because he was like, I don't care about this. I don't care about impact hours. I don't care about this. I just want to do my work. And I was like, yes, but if you want to play around, he wants to experiment and to play with the tool. And I was like, if you want to play around, you need to like care a little bit. So if you are willing, like just, and yeah, so I will do a follow up with him tomorrow that he comes to the office, and then I will tell you how much this will commit.
I think the way to follow up with him is through the common stack approach. He's a givither, hardcore, like in his soul. He is a super hardcore givither. And I think for him, and a community organizer, I think for him the approach is, yeah, the TC, whatever, that's not his jam. He's an incredible developer. He's not necessarily a token engineer and doesn't want to become one. However, he does want to create sustainable communities that create public goods. And this is the first one of the common stack. And I think that's the approach for Adria. We had a lot of other things to talk about. I did a 10-minute onboarding with him, max. And we talked about smart contracts and what we need to do for the common swarm. Like he's part of the common swarm, and that was most of the discussion. Also talked about the Giveth token, the Dapno token, and will he audit smart contracts for the Dapno token, and things, all sorts of things. And we only had 1 hour. So anyway, so there's Adria. Had a really great call with Gustav from Near Protocol, who also worked for the common stack here and there, and I think I onboarded I want to say I onboarded a couple other people too, but I don't really remember who. Gus being the big win. But yeah, and I think I have an onboarding with Jerome, who works on this Cometh project and helps organize DevCon. He organized FCC, and he's like a huge leader in the French community. And I could use a second for it. So that's tomorrow, and I'll post in the Hatcher onboarding group. And that's it. That's it.
Okay. Regarding that second one, I have two questions. One is taking advantage that Juanca is here. In the TEC create, there is a Jose Bell. Is that yours, your brother, Juanca?
Yes, he was already onboarded, as well as Kike Bell, that is my other brother, with Libby. And I was also talking with Dan, and he told me that he would like to have an onboarding session next week. So yeah, maybe we can add him to the list. And I also talked with Griff about Mariano Conti, that it's a great leader from the initial of the MakerDAO community. And yeah, I think those are the contributions.
Jose Vicente is not updated. It says next here. So we will change this. He gave us a commitment, I guess. And then if that's okay for you, can you send me on Telegram the names and the handlers of the other two that you just mentioned, so I can add it to the TC Curate? And then if you want to take the lead on coordinating with them, what time it will fit them to be onboarded, then I can be second, or I can be the lead on that call, if that fits you, Juanca.
Yes, thanks. I already talked with Griff for Mariano, and you can go with me with Dan.
Great. Yeah. So or you can edit it yourself, or just send me their contact so I can add it here. Oops, sorry.
Okay. I think he's there, but I will search it and I will just update it, the status.
Thank you. And then Griff, we have Gregory on Friday, 3 p.m. Can you make it?
Sorry, 3 p.m. No, I will be on an airplane.
Oh, okay. Is there any time Friday that you are available?
I am available. So I might not be on an airplane, but I'll be walking in an airport. There's like, I think my plane lands at 3 p.m. So it just wouldn't be very conducive.
Right.
I could do
on an airplane.
yeah. What who is Gregory from Regen Network?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I guess I should be there. 5 p.m. I could probably make 4:30 or 5 p.m.
All
And
right.
that's it.
I will get back at you to confirm that. This is the only second that I'm asking here right now, mainly because it says here need grief or Jeff, so that's why I'm asking right now.
Jeff
about
would be
him.
better, honestly, if you can score Jeff, because Jeff and Gregory are pretty good friends.
Okay, I will try to pull Jeff for that time.
So if he's not available at 3, then go ahead and schedule it with me at 4:30 if you can move Greg. He's pretty busy too.
Sure, no problem. Then the second question I have with Christopher is, sorry that you mentioned it the last time, but I just don't see in the notes. It's what kind of follow up it needs to be done with him.
I didn't onboard him. I didn't do the Hatcher outreach with him. It says he's in the AMA.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you do the whole Hatcher outreach with him?
He came to AMA session and we did we answered all his questions, and we sent him the documentation for him to read and so on. But I had assumed that since he has been kind of helping some working groups, I think, or he has been in contact with you, you may know his status or not. Just wondering.
You can pass it to me and I'll check in with him and see if he has any other questions, and maybe if he wants to help us figure out our minimum race by giving a soft commit. I'm happy to. You can pass that to me.
No, don't worry. I sent him a message. I just wanted to know before going into a call with him, just to know what was the status. But I already sent him a message like, "Hey, are you okay? Do you need follow up? What are your doubts, questions?" So I already sent the message. It was just in case there was something I was missing. Nice. So the rest of these people on this list have the message been sent. I guess that because of holidays, Easter, and so on, most of them haven't answered. The only one that some of them have answered. The only one that has kind of been hesitant is Aurin Macmillan. He just wanted to read more information before getting into a call. He was not like right away, let's get into a call. The rest of them has scheduled or booked a time. Gustavo Segovia and all of them has answered positively wise. But yeah.
Can maybe I definitely want to be the second on the Aaron call, or maybe even the first. I need to catch up with him anyway.
Great. We haven't booked a time yet because he wants to read the documentation before getting into that. So yes, Metavera. Sorry.
I don't know if anybody followed up with Seth Goldfarb. I haven't talked to him for a while, and I think Jessica had been going to reach out to him. I know he's interested in being a hatcher, and I know that Jake had said something. I don't know if Jake's here. Jake, are you here? About Monstrosity, approaching him about it. And Monstrosity has also put a really super insanely interesting and creative proposal on the forum. If nobody's seen it, he's proposing to get funding to pay a creative writer to share like basically kind of investigative treasure hunt stories that involves token engineering to like do outreach that way, which I think is just really super cool. And then Vi is also interested. I don't know if this was the appropriate time to bring up people who are interested.
Yeah, and I'm trying to line something up with Monstrosity actually. So.
Yeah, let's confab on that. I'm talking to him about the funding proposal too, and I know that in addition to being insanely busy with what's going on with the projects that he's working with, he also has stuff going on in his family too that's taking up a lot of his time. So let's do that. If you don't mind, Jake, we could do that together. That might be helpful.
No, not at all. That's fine.
Instead of tag teaming him.
Jake, do you want? Sorry, Tam. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say, can I volunteer for Vi, please? He's done so much for us. I really wanna do this one.
Fabulous. Yeah. I'm just so thrilled with that whole bringing in 5IV and then Hernando over at One Hive is just crazy. Okay, so Seth Goldfarb, I haven't spoken to him for quite a while. And I don't think anybody's really done follow-up with him. If somebody wants to reach out to him, he's a writer who I brought in like a couple months ago now, I think, but I haven't seen him around. But Seth's like, he's kind of a, he knows a lot of like OG crypto guys around here. He introduced me to people in Seattle. He's kind of an organizer locally when we have events, which forever.
Can we have his point of contact, Meraverde, so we can reach him out?
Yeah, I'll hook you up with that.
He's an OG Givither as well. At least he used the Giveth platform, and we did like a decentralize all the things podcast, like I don't know, 3 years ago.
Right. That's yeah.
So.
Yeah, and he's really super into DAI. He's the one that introduced me to, like there was like a DAI event, a DAI promotional event a couple years ago now that he got me into and stuff. He's really super involved.
That's nice. Tam, can you add IB or BIB to the TC crate?
With pleasure.
Thank you. And then I will, as soon as you send me their contacts, Meraverde, I will reach them out to
Excellent.
make that meeting. Do you want? Would you like
I feel like with Seth, sure. I feel like we should really organize a non-predatory approach to One Hive. We have a lot of really super common interests as far as token engineering goes. And I know that people in One Hive like to be involved in things. And I mean, not to be like that person, but a lot of us can afford to join at this point, you know? So it's a good place. It's a good collaboration, and it's not like a stretch or putting people on the spot or, you know, like testing their limits. I don't think. I think that a lot of people in One Hive are situated to collaborate.
Yes, that's nice input. Jake, do you have an update on your onboarding hatchers before we close this section?
Yeah, I've had a lot of hard time getting in. I mean, I've reached out to people, but I've had a hard time getting them to come back to me. But I did finally get it's David, right? It's not Dawood, right? We came to that like last week, right? So I actually have a call with him to onboard him in 2 hours. So that's pretty cool. As far as some of Pavle's busy. He's not gotten back to me about a timer that'll work. The Fab, what is it? Oh no, that's not her. Where did she go? She's in the Common Swarm group, but Fabalio, or I'm gonna have to look and tell her. I'm totally wrong here.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, okay, thank you. There's no Discord for her. She hasn't been in Telegram in 3 weeks, but I think I found her on Twitter.
Fiore, she does a lot of design for One Hive.
Oh, okay. So I need to go track down One Hive people. Okay, well then that'll help. Then I haven't heard back from Young Kid Warrior Victor. And then I had to reschedule with Nate, and I got him again later this week. So, and then I also got contact with the Bandcore guys, and we're trying to line that up. But they're also, I mean, they're incredibly busy. But that's going to be something for probably, hopefully next week. But it's going to.
Sorry, Jake, you got silenced from one moment to another.
Oh, so you didn't hear the end?
Nope.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so I got contact with some of the guys from Bandcore, and but they're very busy, and we're trying to figure out a time that'll work, and it may possibly be next week, but it is going to only be a potentially 10 or 15-minute call, and that'll have to be me and Griff.
All right.
So we'll have to figure that out.
Fiore's on
Yes.
Discord. I just like got a hit on her ad at One Hive, so you should be able to reach her through Discord.
Oh, can you DM me her handle?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, and that's where I'm at.
Thank you. We will move now to to hatch the projects and proposals. Sorry, my bad for that. I feel the community call effort to mention that we are open for submissions and hatchers has been quite productive. I got 2 messages last week and the one before also from people who were interested in the moment. They just wrote me. And there is this guy from who I asked Griff actually about it. He published, I will just share this briefly. We had a call already for these proposals. He has this paper called Foundations for Associative Cryptoeconomics, which is a very long paper based on a very interesting paper, mentioning how options for a cryptoeconomic network and all the things that goes along that. It's a nice piece of work. That's why I asked Griff if there was any boundary for someone. He represents a sort of a project that has no. He's interested in building models, so I suggest him CAD and so on. But he doesn't have a structure. He's just a singular person who is proposing this paper. And yeah, so we had a talk with him, and yeah, I provide the same answer that Keith provided me. But it was a very interesting case because he has, quite a work done. He just doesn't know where to go to. Like he's like a little bit on the process of trying to find donkey engineers or people who work with these kind of topics. So, if anyone wants feedback on that, Griff.
I mean, I think that the just like the strategy here is just take them straight to the proposal in Discord and be like, let's just write something out and get your name out there so that the community knows it. Sebastian's been in the Sebastian. I don't know exactly how to say that his name, but he's been around. What?
Sebastian.
Sebastian. Thank you. Lazy American tongue. You know, I'm cursed. But he's been around in the common stack scene for a while and floating around TE. So it'd be great to get him up on the Discord and like, you know, he can. The main thing is, you know, he can change it later. It's just about getting the idea out there and getting feedback on it. And I posted a Google Doc in the Discord channel, the like DM channel for the projects that kind of shows how important it is that once we get them on the forum, then we engage with their forum posts a little bit, and then they'll probably all repropose, you know, when it's actually go time. That's okay. Yeah, the TEC Project SWAT team.
I was muted. Shall we go through this document that Griff proposed and wrote? So basically, this is a document to start working around our approach to proposals and so on. Here we have basically top priority, engage with the proposal we have on the forum. These people have already proposed. It's a little bit of what we just spoke with Metaverde a little bit. It's to also give visibility and relevancy and feedback to people who have already submitted as a way to create engage. So when people arrive to the forum to keep proposing, they don't find a desert island there. So yeah, we talk about this with Tam too, that we should lead by example. I should lead by example by also writing down comments on these proposals, giving feedback. And it's an exercise that I encourage everyone to do so, to take 5 minutes. Maybe we can actually from after this call, in the next outreach call, take 5 minutes of just sitting, writing comments every Wednesday, taking 5 minutes of this call to writing comments on proposals, commenting on them between ourselves, saying, hey, what do you think is interesting, blah, 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 so we can actually spread the word about ourselves about this. I don't know what you guys think about that, but we can open for discussion. So then second priority is to onboard more quality projects. And then we have this list of projects that I think this list has already been assigned. That's correct, Griff?
I don't know that they're fully assigned. There's a lot of blanks there. The ones that are Jess's are cool. I should definitely reach out to the ones that have my name, but I can't lead these. So, but I should at least do introductions.
All right. Can I have some context, for example, in YGG token spice from Ocean? Like, do you mean that is YGG the point of contact, or do you mean it's just the project?
The first name is the person who we would reach out to and who should make the proposal. And then the project is after that dash. So Token Spice is like CAD. It's a tool, and Trent from Ocean is really the guy, but I had discussions with him already, and there's no way he's gonna actually propose anything. So YGG, if YGG put together an hour, like I think we could bullshit a proposal together that would be good, and that would something that Token Spice needs to do to improve. And maybe it's even just straight up finding someone to do better documentation on Token Spice, and here's some funding to do it. That could be
a proposal an official term that we can use?
That's what I would do. That's what I would do for this one. In the end, I think so. Now, okay, maybe I'm a little irreverent and I'm not using the correct terminology to glorify how important this is. However, with Token Spice, we can 80-20 it. YGG is busy. Let's just get something on the forum that says we're going to improve Token Spice in some small way. And then the real proposal will need to be adjusted to meet the reality at the time when we have funding to give. I mean, this is the challenge with the Project SWAT team. Okay, they're going to need to make a proposal and get their name out there, and that'll add a lot of value to their project. And we should tweet them and we should give them value. However, we have to tell them, hey, guess what? You probably won't get funded in 3 months and for 3 months. And guess what? Crypto space moves really fast, so you probably won't have like the exact details of the proposal 3 months in advance. You'll make a new proposal, but let's get you out there and let's promote you. And this Project SWAT team's job is to be like, these are the projects that we want to see that will advance token engineering.
Yeah, for me, it's basically the approach of your project is relevant for our community. Let's start having like a I don't want to say partnership, but let's start like participating and collaborating and giving you feedback and sort of making this opportunity reality. Okay, so next we have NFT Supergroup. Who is this? There is no name behind. There is no name at the beginning.
There's a Telegram group. I don't know if this is the best use of our time, though, personally, to go through these projects one by one.
It's just to understand, since these are the main ones who are here, I had assumed these are like priority or very relevant, or the people that we actually know. So that's why I am going through them, because I felt they were priority. If they are not, we can just move on and then we can fill the blanks later.
Yeah, I think it can be done async in the chat.
All right. So that's a task for doing. Basically, there's only 4 of them that are unassigned, and step them. That is just a check-in, basically. Yes, Maraverde, do you want to say something?
Oh, so we're like 3 months out from funding anything?
Yes, but that doesn't mean we're not. But right now we can promote them, right? So,
Right.
and I guess this is what I'd want. Can you keep scrolling down? There's like steps below this. So this is like an example intro letter. Big thing for proposal onboarding. What I just want to suggest, if you keep scrolling down, because it's like there's the letter, but the steps are: we qualify ourselves, and then hey, the TEC is awesome. Here's where the social. It's not about the money. It's about the social credibility. It's about the marketing. We're in bull market. No one needs money. No one needs money. Projects don't care about our money, especially since it doesn't even exist. What they care about is our legitimacy and the marketing that we can bring them. So we qualify ourselves with those, and then we also help them qualify their project to us. As in, it's not about funding some general project that uses token engineering. It's about creating value for token engineers, and that's really critical. So if their proposal is not providing value for token engineers, then they can fuck off. And I don't say that lightly. We do not need them. We do not want them. We only want people who are adding value to token engineers. So these are some questions. Is it reusable for other groups? Is it core infrastructure? Is it creating a new standard for TE design? Is it, how repeatable is it? Where do token engineers benefit? And then let's just hold their hand through a forum post. And then once we get them through a forum post, this is the most critical piece. We need to ask questions in the forum posts. We should tweet good forum posts, that are like really cool projects, and start like promoting these projects that are making good proposals, and start showing off the projects that we're funding. And this is important signaling for hatchers. It's also important signaling to other projects that are like, oh wow, that's a really cool token engineering project. I didn't even know about that. I found out because they're proposing for funding from the TE Commons. Wow. Well, this is interesting. Well, maybe I should propose for funding. I don't need the funding, but I would like to be tweeted about and talked about, right? It's the secondary effects. And then following up, is there more down there? I think that might be it. Yeah, the goal is that proposing to the TEC is the best thing that ever happened to this project. That's the dream, So these are my inspiring words for the Project SWAT team. But it's up to you guys to take these ideas and like totally change them. Be like, that's stupid. Change it. It's cool, and take it what the direction that you want.
So since we're so far out from funding, instead of presenting like the idea that they're presenting an actual proposal, just like get people to just start talking about their ideas on the forum. Maybe we should make it a job. I mean, I hate to make anything a job, and I don't want a job, but to like have a team whose tasks, whose goal it is to respond to like every funding proposal. Like maybe somebody needs to, okay, I don't know. I think it would be helpful if there were people who regularly went through the forum and regularly commented on every proposal post.
So
Yeah.
this is the Project SWAT team, TEC
Yeah.
Project SWAT.
That's us. Okay.
Yeah, and that's why I mentioned to give some kind of variety to the people commenting, to take 5 minutes in the next call to comment. Not in the next call, in the next Wednesday call, to take 5 minutes of the call to comment and actively comment on the proposals are on the forum. So you guys have a homework to read the proposals in the forum if you're willing to. And then next Wednesday, we will comment on these proposals. And this is probably the tedious, more like taking time effort, but I think it will be worth it to just take 5 minutes of our time to just give feedback on people who took also 5 minutes of their time to propose in our forum.
Well, I think it's a lot more than 5 minutes, but maybe we could do like instead of putting that in, well, also put it into a meeting, but I think we need to do that more than once a week. Maybe put together sprints, stand-ups a couple times a week where we get together as the SWAT team and go through the proposals.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I mentioned this is just like Wednesdays, 5 minutes is only to give varieties. For example, if Ivy, who is not in the SWAT team, she can also comment, and there will be someone else besides the SWAT team commenting. So we sort of foster other people's actually getting to know these proposals, not only the 4 of us from the SWAT team. Because I do not want that only us are the only 4 people commenting, and not only us, the only 4 knowing about the proposals. Because right now, for example, I will just play an example. If Juanca is onboarding, and that person who he's onboarding actually mentions something that he read in a proposal, they can connect dots. But if we are not aware of the proposals, we cannot connect dots, and we cannot do full circles. So the idea of this is to, starting with our own working group, to start getting to know what is on that forum and what are these proposals that we need to talk about.
Have we this isn't really Hatch outreach, I guess this would be more like comms, but have we looked at ways of increasing forum engagement?
Not yet. I expected to bring it up in the next comms call next Tuesday. Yes, Malu?
Yeah, as the number of proposals grow, it's going to quickly become unsustainable or just time consuming. Perhaps sort of like a web scraping bot, like algorithm could help, since we have a lot of programmers. I don't know how viable that would be, but it's just that would be an idea that would scale.
A bot to do what?
Scraping of the proposals, just going through them and gathering insights, common ground, that sort of stuff.
We're not utilizing the advice in the forum for the proposals. We're just getting proposals, and we're not actually yet telling somebody to go through the advice process in the forum. So I was thought with SWAT team, as we engage these, like some of us are going to have to kind of 4 or 5 of us, and we just quickly rattle through people to get into the advice process. You either cut it or you don't. And we just kind of, this is a proposal we want for TEC. Maybe you should go back and try this and do this and see if that works for you and come back and ask again. I don't know if we need to make that option or if just 4 or 5 of us need to do it.
You guys, I propose then to have a SWAT team kind of 30 minutes, 1 hour, I don't know, 30 minutes meeting every week, if that's okay for you. Before params, or I don't know, it's open for discussion, but do you guys think that would be a good idea to have a fixed time every week that we can meet and then do these small hacking sessions?
Yeah, and Groovy Bot.
Yeah, there we go. I'm still not clear what the bot would be scraping, what we would be scraping, and what the purpose would be, and I want to understand this.
I'm just thinking aloud, like when we get dozens of proposals, maybe it will be very time consuming, and the time of the people who will be reviewing them will be better spent elsewhere. However, I do agree with Jake that, I mean, the human, intuition and reading through it is going to be better. So I'm just thinking out loud, and this is something that's not needed now, but later when we have dozens of proposals. So I just put it on the fridge for now.
Thank you. I think I will stay with this part of the document, Griff. This 4 question that you have that I have blacked on the screen for me are really relevant because they serve as a purpose of a guide or understanding of kind of a filtered. And I would like everyone to just also stay with this 4 questions as a matter of understanding the value that a proposal brings to the DEC and to understand how to like collect them in the case of a proposal that you may see. Oh, look, that is interesting. All right. So, is there anything else someone wants to comment on? I will take that as a no. We are 10 minutes before the top of the hour. Griff, are you close to the screen because you are blind or because you... okay. You want to say
I
something?
was about this the SWAT team meetings.
Yes.
I know it's brand new, but what day are we thinking about making SWAT team meetings?
For me, I thought about just the day that you have the params or any of these meetings that you and Griff are more or less at the same time. So it could be an hour before that or an hour past that, for example.
No, that's I don't know if that's going to work for Wednesday. I'm really busy on Wednesday. I guess me and Griff will figure it out.
We can. Mondays is pretty much free on meetings and the DEC agenda generic, so we can try Mondays.
Griff hates Mondays.
Griff hates Mondays.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, Eduardo.
Okay.
If we're looking at proposals, can't we just do this in like teams of 2 or 3? You know, like Jake and I could like take 15 minutes 2 days so we can go through proposals and comment and, you know, like that. I mean, is this something that needs its own separate weekly
No, I
meeting?
probably don't. Maybe we could probably do duos or trios or EC, whatever. We'll probably figure
I
it
mean,
out.
there are so many meetings in this project and they're really long and there's a lot of them.
The idea, I mean, the call is don't wait for this call to approach for proposal. That's basically the bottom line of this. If you have someone at hand at that moment, just take that moment and then get on it. Like it's about not waiting for this call, basically. So yes, we can have a call every weekend, every week, or we will figure it out. Or if you have if you see someone from one hive in the moment, just reach me out. I will probably be available, and then we can just hack on it.
Yeah, I don't think we need more regular meetings. I really don't.
Okay. Alrighty. So, if there is nothing else to comment on, we will have 9 minutes before the next call. Thank you so much for everyone coming. We have more people today, and I'm happy for that. And see you in the next call.